Shannon Stewart almost fouled another one off his foot. Went down hard after fouling a ball off his foot earlier. He is grounded to short, grounded to third, and he singled to center with 2 outs in the 4th to knock in the run that made it 3-2 Toronto. It's still 3-2 Blue Jays here in the 6th inning. The ball up and in, 1-1. Today's telecast produced by Russ Ken, directed by John Wilson, our associate producer David Corus. Two and one. That's well hit to right and deep. Nixon looking up. That ball's gone. An opposite field line drive home run for Shannon Stewart. And the Blue Jays lead 4-2.
Well, a couple of home runs in this series for Shannon Stewart, this time to the opposite field. That open stance, the ball right over the heart of the plate, and Stewart with the line drive home run over that wall in right field. So it's been Shannon Stewart and Carlos Delgado today, the offensive stars for the Blue Jays.
Each with 2 runs batted in. Alex Gonzalez is the hitter. Stewart accepts the congratulations of his teammates in the Toronto dugout on the third base side. Gonzalez has singled and struck out twice. He takes the ball low. A homer by Stewart, his 5th of the season. Toronto's 78th home run in 56 games.
Second in the league, Sean. I think Texas leads the American League. Texas has 85 home runs.
Two-1 to Gonzalez, taken for a strike. He'll be followed by Raul Mondesi. Swing and a miss. So that's the 3rd straight time Gonzalez has struck out. And the first strikeout of the day for Pichardo.
And all 3 times have been on a breaking ball. The curveball from Cone for 2 strikeouts. Now the slider from Pichardo for the 3rd strikeout in a row. 1 for 4 with 3 punch-outs.
Here's Raul Mondesi, who has singled, walked, and struck out. He scored on the Delgado home run after he walked in the 3rd inning. Stole second after he singled in the 1st. 1-0 on Mondesi. Four to 2 Toronto. Well, hitting the Red Sox 10-5. Mondesi sends it right back here. Just off to our right. Very hard to get one into the booth here, but that one had a chance.
Had a chance, yeah. Just dropped just below us.
One pitch. Hit right back to Pichardo. He throws him out. That ends the inning, but Toronto adds a run on the home run by Stewart after 6. 4-2 Blue Jays.
Just because you sit in the lap of luxury doesn't mean you have to just sit there. Lincoln LS, the best driving V8 sedan for the enthusiast dollar, according to Car and Driver. And now at the Lincoln Invitational, get 0.0% financing on every single 2001 Lincoln. Plus, Lincoln will pay the first month's payment.
Throughout time, mankind's development has been truly awe-inspiring. And now, the next advancement is upon us. The Verizon Yellow Pages is becoming the Verizon Super Pages. Now, the directory found in more homes can even be accessed online or on the go. Verizon Super Pages. Better pages for better decisions. Verizon.
How do you learn to hit like Nomar? How do you learn to field like Nomar? From Nomar. Enter the Nomar Dream Clinic sweepstakes at your local Dunkin' Donuts, and you can attend a baseball clinic with Nomar at Fenway Park. Want to hit like Nomar? Then hit Dunkin' Donuts first.
Heading to the late innings, the Red Sox trailing 4-2. Their 4-game win streak in jeopardy. Shannon Stewart's home run just extended the lead by 1. Meanwhile, Chris Carpenter just struck outside in the top of the 6th. He goes to work against Brian Daubach and throws a breaking ball up and away. Daubach is struck out and fly to left. Carpenter's fan 5. They've come in bunches. He got Daubach and Valentin back-to-back to win the 2nd. Didn't have another strikeout until last inning when he got Everett, Ramirez, and Bichette in a row. Chris has not given up a walk. He has yielded 5 hits. The 1-1 pitch just inside. They could use a long outing from him today with how busy their bullpen has been in this series. Daubach swinging for the downs, foul tipped one.
Yeah, had the complete game shut. 100 pitches in that game.
Fastball just missed. The count is full. He's still throwing hard. That fastball in the mid-90s, 95 miles per hour. Payoff pitch to Daubach. Fouled back.
See many changeups today from Carpenter, mostly fastball, curveball, and changeups at times is one of his best pitches. Hasn't needed that pitch very often this afternoon.
Daubach pulls one foul. Carpenter nearing 100 pitches now. Excellent ratio of strikes to balls. 61 strikes. Another foul ball from Daubach. Dennis Eckersley, the former Red Sox pitcher, was here earlier in the series working on the Red Sox radio with Joe Castiglione. Jerry Trupiano was away for a couple of days at his son's graduation from high school. And Dennis Eckersley was calling Daubach Abraham Lincoln because of that beard. We want to congratulate Brian Trupiano not only on his graduation from Bishop Fien, but he led his league in hitting this year. Hit .491 for Bishop Fien. His dad is more than a little bit proud of that. Brian's a very nice young man. Daubach fouled one off his foot. And on that subject, if I could briefly congratulate my sister Cara on her graduation from Notre Dame Academy in Hingham today. She's on her way to Harvard.
Wow.
In the fall.
Is that right?
Yes. Where that came from, I have no idea.
Oh, congratulations. That's great.
And Will McDonough yesterday received an honorary degree. We have to call him Dr. McDonough from UMass Boston.
Big weekend.
Big weekend in the McDonough household. Academic successes all over the place. We want to thank our good pal Dr. Mike Foley, the icon of medicine, one of the Red Sox doctors who was at the ceremony at UMass Boston yesterday and held the phone up to the speaker and put it on my inch machine at home so I could hear.
You got to hear the whole speech.
Remarks. Well, he didn't speak, but I could hear what they said about him as they gave him the degree, and it was very nice and well deserved. Ball 4. Great battle by Daubach. Carpenter, after watching Daubach foul away several 3-2 pitches, went to a breaking ball and missed. So that's the first walk given up by Chris Carpenter. And the Red Sox get the tying run to the plate here in the 7th inning, down 4-2. Pedro Borbon warming up. John Valentin at the plate. Apparently inside. 1-0 on Valentin, who was struck out and grounded to third. In the hole, just out of the reach of Batista and through into left field. Valentin has a hit, and the Red Sox have the tying run on here with nobody out. And let's see how Jimmy Williams will play it with Hatteberg coming up there.
I would think that he would let Hatteberg swing away in this situation. You get the right-handed Hillenbrand on deck. Hatteberg's hit a couple of balls pretty decent towards center field this afternoon.
He is twice flying to deep center. 0 for 2. Batista step in front of the bag at third. Delgado even with the bag at first. Carpenter started Hatteberg with a breaking ball for strike 1. No sign of a bunt. The middle of the infield at double play depth. The outfield plays him the pull. A little bit of extra room in left center for Hatteberg. Line to left, another hit. Daubach will be held at third as Stewart gets it back in quickly. It's off the glove of the cutoff man Batista and into the dugout. A huge break for the Red Sox. 2 runs will score to tie the game, and Hatteberg is awarded third base. Throw was a little offline toward the pitcher's mound, but handleable certainly for Batista, but it deflected off his glove, went into the Red Sox dugout. The Red Sox would have the bases loaded and nobody out without a run in. Instead, they have 2 runs in and a man at third. It's a tie game. What a huge play this is.
Well, Batista had to jump for that, but that's certainly a ball that he should have handled. And once it deflected off his glove right into the Red Sox dugout, you see Carpenter backing up the play. He's doing his job. He can't believe what happened on that. Just a normal throw to home plate that should have been cut off, and 2 runs come home.
And now Hillenbrand lines one to center. Cruz caught it. Hatteberg tags and comes to the plate with the go-ahead run. Very nice catch by Cruz. Buck Martinez wants him to appeal that Hatteberg left early at third base. And Dale Scott says no, he didn't. So the Red Sox have the lead on a sacrifice fly by Shea Hillenbrand. And we talk about all the things that have gone wrong lately for the Blue Jays, but the play with the ball going off Batista's glove into the dugout, I mean, if that's not a clear indication of how their fortunes have been of late, I don't know what is.
Well, both teams have been a little sloppy defensively in this game. In the inning where the Red Sox, Hillenbrand threw that ball over first base when he really didn't have a play. He's able to come back now, get that sacrifice fly to center field, and give the Red Sox the lead. How quickly things have changed here at Skydome.
Red Sox lead 5-4. Similar to the other games in this series, Jerry, in the late innings, everything seems to go right for the Red Sox. They get the timely hit. They make the play when they need it, and nothing seems to go right for the Blue Jays.
Carpenter coming off his strongest inning where he struck out the side, the meat of the Red Sox batting order. Then he led off with the walk to Brian Daubach, who put up a heck of a battle. And then the 2 base hits and, of course, the bad error. Who'd they give the error to, Sean? You know?
I don't know. We're still waiting to find that out. Ball 4 to Offerman. So 2 walks in the inning. And here comes Buck Martinez. Not to be forgotten, Jerry, the great at bat by Daubach to get this inning started. 3-2. He fouled away a number of pitches, 12 pitches in all in the at bat.
Yep.
And Buck Martinez out with the hook. Well, Chris Carpenter departs. It came apart quickly for him. Not entirely of his own doing here in the 7th inning. The Red Sox lead 5-4. Pedro Borbon, the new pitcher, when we come back.
Whether you're high-rolling business associates
Hi, Chuck.
Brad, great to see you.
or just old buddies,
Go, go, ooka, ooka, friends to the end, no matter how we look up.
you're gonna love Southwest Airlines' new Take-Along Special. Purchase a special discounted fare by June 11th and take someone along with you for just $30.
You are now free to move about the country.
At Liberty Mutual Insurance, we want Wayne Gazelle to lift with his back in the right position, and Jimmy Roberts to know what to do if his bus starts to slide, and Tim Mursicki to learn the facts about drinking and driving. So we have safety programs for all of them, and a commitment to safety that goes back almost 90 years. At Liberty Mutual, we don't just insure against bad things. We try to keep bad things from happening at all.
Controversial gene research has led scientists to unlock the secrets of DNA. What they've discovered is something many of us have suspected all along. This is the mother of all trucks. Now get up to $2,000 cash allowance or low APR financing on Dodge Ram.
Back at Skydome, the Red Sox have taken a 5-4 lead here in the top of the 7th inning. A very strange inning. Pedro Borbon coming on for the 25th time. He worked on June 1st against the Red Sox, retiring 6 straight with a couple of strikeouts. He has now retired 10 straight over his last 4 outings.
Offerman at first. Nixon, the first batter to face Borbon, who slings ball 1 low and away. Tried to hit the ball hard a couple of times today. He's twice lined out to the shortstop, Gonzalez. Carl Everett on deck. 5-4 Boston. The Red Sox have scored 3 times here in the 7th to take the lead. Offerman runs, and he is out. Terrific tag by Gonzalez. The throw was a little bit off the mark from Castillo toward the right field side of the bag. Gonzalez made a running catch of the errant throw and dropped the tag down on Offerman to get him just before Jose reached the bag.
Well, Offerman, who has not stolen many bases, only 1 this season, and here a bad break. That throw is a terrible throw moving away, but the tag is able to get on his shoulder before the foot hits the bag. And you're right, Sean, a very nice play by Alex Gonzalez, the shortstop.
For now, on that ball hit by Hatteberg, they've charged the error to the left fielder Shannon Stewart.
Well,
but they after they caucus, the players, the Blue Jay players after the game, let them have a team vote on what the scoring should be. It'll likely be changed.
it was a little bit high, and there's no question that Batista had to jump for it, but it's not like he had to, you know, sky like Michael Jordan to make the catch on it.
Nixon hit by the breaking ball, so he's aboard with 2 outs now. And here comes Carl Everett, 0 for 3 today. Takes the ball high.
The other thing too is if he doesn't try to cut the ball off, it just bounces 1 hop to the catcher.
Yes, and the Red Sox have the bases loaded with no runs in. Instead, they got 2 runs in on that play and a man at third. One and 1 the count on Everett. Up and away.
One more look at that throw from Shannon Stewart. No question he has to jump, but not that high. And that's a ball that should have been handled by Bautista, and he's the one that deflected it into the Red Sox dugout.
It even looked like if he just took another step or so, he wouldn't have even been that hard to catch. Everett hits it to short. The flip from Gonzalez to Bush to force Nixon and end the inning, but the Red Sox get 3. And Buck Martinez is wondering, can I go back to the broadcast booth? 5-4 the 7th inning stretch.
Fox Sunday. What's Homer doing during long downloads?
I've been sitting on the toilet all the live long day.
A high-tech Simpsons. And be there for Malcolm's most embarrassing moment ever.
You play a fairy? Not just any fairy. He's the biggest fairy in the whole play.
Malcolm in the Middle. Then it was the season that changed everything. This Sunday.
I'm pregnant.
See how it all began. The X-Files.
Begins tonight at 8 on Fox 25.
Do you realize people spend billions of dollars on machines to increase productivity? However, this piece of equipment not only increases productivity, but could make you less irritable and gives you more energy. A good night's sleep produces results.
Your perfect automobile. Imagine it. The seats cool you when you're hot and warm you when you're cold. The air you breathe is possibly the purest anywhere. The sounds you hear are some of the finest in the world. The all-new Lexus LS 430. You don't have to imagine anymore. See your Lexus dealer now.
Isn't it time you throw out that old ripped T-shirt? These worn-out running shoes? Those bald tires? Or this sagging old mattress? It's time for a good night's sleep.
7th inning stretch here in Toronto. The Red Sox trying for a 4-game sweep of the Blue Jays. Have come from behind again to take a 5-4 lead. The lead they hand over to Pete Shurik.
Shurik with a couple of left-handers coming up, and Delgado and Fulmer gets the call for the 20th time this season, and the second in 2 days. He picked up the win here yesterday, working a third of an inning and had a strikeout.
Now Hippolyto Pichardo in his first outing in a couple of weeks in position to pick up a win. He gave up 1 run on 1 hit to Stuart Homer in his 1 inning of relief. Pichardo struck out 1.
And this is 2 hitters, maybe 3 and out for Shurik.
The lefties Delgado and Fulmer, and then the switch hitter Cruz coming up. There is action in the Red Sox bullpen. Rich Garces is throwing. Delgado 2 for 3 today. He's hit a 2-run homer and had an infield single. There's Garces. Good pitch by Shurik. Shift on again for Delgado. The 3 infielders on the right. Just Hillenbrand on the left side of the infield. Last time a check swing roller down the third base line for the infield hit for Delgado. There's the crowd on the right. 0-2 the count now on Carlos Delgado. Cleveland has taken a 2-1 lead over the Yankees. They're in the 8th inning now in New York. Bottom of the 8th. Cleveland 2, New York 1. The 0-2 pitch pulled foul.
That would be a great day if the Red Sox could win this game against the Blue Jays. If Cleveland beats the Yankees and the Red Sox go into Yankee Stadium with Pedro pitching tomorrow.
No, here in Toronto, they're not going to allow that. Red Sox last swept a 4-game series in Toronto in August of 1995.
No sweeps allowed, eh?
Swing and a miss. Shurik tied him up with the fastball over the inside corner. 1 out here in the 7th.
Showed him a bunch of breaking balls, curveballs early in the count, and then when Delgado may be expecting to see another curveball, instead he gets that fastball down and in. But that's one you don't want to miss with, though. You make sure it's inside. Think this guy lifts weights? Look at those guns.
Brad Fulmer. 1 for 3, a single to right in the 5th inning. He hits that in the air and right. Nixon dives and makes the catch. Looked like Trot was fooled by it for a moment. He thought it was going to be deeper than it was. He was circling it for a while, but finally he came charging in and made the sliding catch for the 2nd out.
It just didn't sound right coming off the bat, and I think that's what fooled Nixon. He thought, as you mentioned, Sean, it was going to be hit deeper than what it actually was, and Trot had to readjust and makes the catch just before hitting the turf. Get a few rug burns from that.
Now Jose Cruz Jr., the switch hitter, batting from the right. He's been a better hitter left-handed, so Shurik stays in the ball game, and Cruz rips one up the middle, out of the reach of Valentin. Cruz, a big turn before he slammed the brakes on as Everett fielded it cleanly in the gap in left center. So a 2-out hit for Toronto. That's going to do it for Shurik. With the right-handed hitters Batista, Bush, Castillo, Stewart, Gonzalez, Mondesi all in a row. The lefty will be lifted after 2/3 of an inning. Rich Garces, the new pitcher, when we come back.
Right here, right now.
It's time for Toyota's National Sales Event. Now get special leases on Tacoma 4x4. Just $199 a month for 48 months with $18.99 due at signing. Or buy an SR5 Extra Cab and save up to $1070. Or you can save thousands with special low financing on Tacoma and Tundra. A Consumer's Digest Best Buy for the 2nd straight year. Toyota's National Sales Event at your New England Toyota dealer. Hurry, it ends June 4th.
It takes a special event for some guys to get rid of their gray hair. But for other guys, every day of their life is special. And they live it with Just for Men. More than a hair color, it's a hair rejuvenator. Just for Men gets rid of gray in 5 easy minutes. Its vitamin-enriched formula brings back a thicker, healthier, natural look. Every day of your life is special. Live it with Just for Men.
Introducing Dunkin' Donuts Coolata Whirlwinds. Coolata like you've never seen before.
Stop by Dunkin' Donuts for our new Coolata Whirlwinds. Your favorite Coolata with cookie pieces mixed in.
Boston Red Sox baseball on Fox 25 is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Celebrating 30 years of freedom, 30 years, one mission, low fares. And by Liberty Mutual. It's more than insurance, it's insurance in action. 5-4 Red Sox. 2 outs and runner at first in the Toronto half of the 7th inning. And the Red Sox 4th pitcher of the day is Rich Garces.
Garces worked also in the ball game yesterday, an inning, a walk, and a strikeout against the Blue Jays, making his 3rd appearance of this 4-game series. Overall for Rich, his 22nd of the year and a record of 1-0.
Nate Shurik pitched 2/3 of an inning. He gave up a hit and he struck out one. He's responsible for the runner Cruz at first. Tony Batista. Cruz running, and he got a very good jump. No chance for Hatteberg. So now the tying run is in scoring position. Cruz with his 7th steal this year without being caught.
First pitch, a lot of times we see Jimmy Williams pitch out on the first pitch, but not this time, and an excellent jump by Jose Cruz. No chance at all for Scott Hatteberg.
Joe Kerrigan says stolen bases are overrated and they are only important if you don't get the hitter out. So Garces will turn his attention to Batista and try to make the stolen base meaningless.
To me, that's an important stolen base. You get in a scoring position with 2 outs.
A good RBI man at the plate. Batista ducks out of the way of a breaking ball that had the plate. 2-1. For Boston, 5 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. For Toronto, 4 runs, 11 hits, and 1 very big error. And once again, the game will be decided by the bullpens. Breaking ball low. The Red Sox bullpen has been much better than the Toronto bullpen in the first 3 games of this series. There's Bush on deck. Slashing swing and a miss.
It really has been a steady diet of curveballs all day long to Bautista. First, David Cone got him 3 times with a curveball, and Garza staying with the breaking pitch against Bautista.
The 3-2 pitch. Hit on the ground in the hole on the left. Valentin keeps it in the infield and keeps the runner Cruz at third base. An infield hit for Batista. Now the tying run is at third and the go-ahead run at first for the Blue Jays with 2 outs here in the 7th inning.
Well, a big play by John Valentin just to make this play on the backhand and keep that tying run from scoring. You see that Cruz was off with the pitch. It didn't pull Hillenbrand out of position. He just stayed at third base. He cannot make the play with the dive, and Valentin to the backhand to keep that ball out of the outfield.
Buck Martinez has called back Homer Bush, and Brian Simmons is going to hit for him. He's a switch hitter. The Red Sox don't have another lefty in the bullpen. Simmons will come up to bat. Hitting 197 for the season, but he's had a good series, including a home run, his 2nd of the year. He's driven in 6 runs for the season. He's just 1 for 10 as a pinch hitter. Most frequently used pinch hitter by Buck Martinez. Both of these teams have been dreadful in pinch hitting this year. Simmons has had the big series, 5 for 11 with the homer, and 3 of his 6 runs batted in for this season have come in this series. Toronto 3 for 21 for the year in pinch hitting, and the Red Sox are 0 for 26. So between the 2 of them, they're 3 for 47.
Generally, when a pinch hitter comes to the plate, you get a visit from the pitching coach to go over the scouting report on the pinch hitter.
Simmons. He started yesterday in center field, went 1 for 3 with a double and a run batted in. Was the left fielder Friday night, went 3 for 5, including the 2-run homer off Frank Castillo. That 3-hit ball game matched his career high. It was the 3rd time in his career he'd hit 3 hits in 1 game. Fastball from Garces for a strike. Another 2-out threat for the Blue Jays. Cruz and Batista, 3rd and 1st respectively. The ball 1-1. Martinez hoping that history will repeat itself. In the 3rd inning, the first 2 Toronto batters were retired, but then they scored 2 runs. A pitch in the dirt. They will score with 2 outs. Actually, it's off his foot. A big break for the Red Sox because Cruz will have to go back to third base. Simmons hit by the pitch, breaking ball off the foot that loads the bases, but it's still a 5-4 Red Sox lead. And they're calling Castillo back for another pinch hitter.
Yeah, the curveball right off the left foot of Brian Simmons, and that is a break for the Red Sox. That'll return that man Cruz to third. But now the base is loaded with 2 outs.
Toronto got 2 runs after 2 men were out in the 3rd inning. They saw the first 2 men retired in the 4th inning and then had 3 straight singles to score again. They're trying to do it again here in the 7th. The first 2 men retired. Now 3 men in a row have reached base. And Darren Fletcher is coming up to pinch hit for Castillo. Fletcher has had a disappointing season so far. He's hitting only .211 with 3 homers and 18 runs batted in. He's 0 for 4 as a pinch hitter. He had a great chance to win the ball game for them in the 10th inning on Friday night when they loaded the bases in a tie game with 1 out, and he grounded into a double play in game 2 of this series.
Started by Mike Lansing. He'll get it home to Jason Varitek. Varitek with the pivot and the big double play. Of course, the Red Sox went on to win that ball game.
Fletcher 2 for his last 23. He remains one of the hardest men in the league to strike out. 3rd in the league and hardest to fan. A strikeout only every 13.4 at bats. He's hit into more double plays than anybody in the league. That's not a factor right now. With 2 outs, he's grounded into 11 double plays. Infield back, outfield plays in the full. Another ball in the dirt. Garces behind Fletcher. 2 balls and no strikes.
It's like 2 off-speed pitches from Garces to start out with. A couple of splitters.
High and away, 3-0. Another ball, and it's a tie game. No place to put Fletcher. The 3-0 pitch. Fastball right down the middle. Fletcher said he was so despondent when he hit that double play grounder the other night. He was in a fog running down the line. Doesn't even remember it. He hits it to short. Valentin to Offerman for the out. Valentin threw a little bit of a changeup, but got it there in time, and the Blue Jays leave the bases loaded again. They've now left 11 men on, 8 in scoring position. After 7 innings, 4-3 Toronto. This is the Fox 25 Red Sox Network. Now, Torrey Bryden and Steve Avison at the Fox 25 News Desk.
Thank you, Sean. Here's what's coming up tonight at 10.
After the shooting death of Jose Pineda at the hands of Boston police, officers attend an East Boston church asking the Latin American community for patience.
And thousands of people hit the Boston streets walking and running their way to a cure for the AIDS epidemic.
Potentially severe thunderstorms moving through the Bay State at this hour. I'll keep track of those and have the forecast for the rest of the week at 10.
All right, thanks, Kevin. Join us tonight after the X-Files on Fox 25 News at 10. I'm Tori Ryder.
And I'm Steve Avison. Enjoy the rest of the game.
I'm Jody Applegate. Beginning Monday, June 4th, you can get your news at a new time, 4:30. You'll get all the day's news, plus real information on issues you care about, like parenting, health, and education. It's a new time and a new choice for local news.
When it comes to bestsellers, your New England Ford dealers are leading the pack with 5 of the top 10 in America. And now, during Ford Truck Month, get an extra $500 cash back for a total of $1,500 cash on select Ford F-150 models. Or choose financing as low as 1.9%. Plus, save on Ford Super Duties with the biggest payloads and roomiest cabs in their class. Hurry, see your New England Ford dealers during Ford Truck Month.
Excuse me, can I join you?
We're kind of busy right now.
The Whopper says beauty is in the taste buds of the beholder. Try the tasty Italian chicken sandwich.
In the land of burgers, Whopper is king.
Boston Red Sox baseball on Fox 25 is brought to you by McDonald's. We love to see you smile. 5-4. The Red Sox still have the lead here in the top of the 8th inning, and some changes for the Blue Jays. Jeff Fry will take over at second base for Homer Bush. Darren Fletcher, who just grounded out, will take over behind the plate. And on the mound will be right-hander Kelvin Escobar, making his 25th appearance. He's working on back-to-back losses in the last 2 games he's worked, and the most recent against the Red Sox on May 31st. An inning and 2/3 in that game, a couple of hits and 3 earned runs, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. So the Red Sox getting out of the jam, and a very close play at second base on the force play. Valentin to Offerman to get the pinch hit of Fletcher and keep the Red Sox at the 5-4 lead. Like Valentin really did not get much on that throw at all, in a very close play at second base.
So Escobar ready to go to work. To Manny Ramirez. Ball 1 inside. Manny's 1 for 3 with the memorable home run to left in the 4th inning, the longest home run in the history of Sky Dome, estimated at 491 feet. Into the 500 level and straight away left field. Rod Beck warming up in the Boston bullpen. Pedro Borbon pitched 2/3 of an inning, hit a batter. There's a base hit to right. Another multiple hit game for Manny.
27 now for Ramirez on the season, 1 behind Ichiro of Seattle, who has 28, and I would have to say that Manny is back on target.
I would say you are correct, sir.
490-foot home run, and then a nice line drive to the opposite field for a base hit leading off the inning.
Don't cheat him now. 491 feet.
491, excuse me. Pardon me.
Could you convert that into the metric system for us?
About 300. I don't know.
300 what?
Millimeters.
There you go. Bichette the batter. Swing and a miss at a pitch down and in. He hit a long home run, although it paled in comparison to Manny's. He hit it right after Manny's, back-to-back in the 4th to center field off the bottom of the restaurant out there. Red Sox lead 5-4. Another back-and-forth game in this series, and another one in which the Red Sox have had their way in the late innings. Bichette asked for time, was granted time. Escobar threw the pitch anyway.
This may be Bichette's last at bat of the game. You might see Lewis go in defensively with the Red Sox and the 1-run lead here late in the ball game.
Were he to get on, they'd probably even run Lewis for him. The 1-strike pitch from Escobar. Swung on and missed. 0-2. There's Darren Lewis.
Change-up grips they were showing.
Yes, Frank Castillo and the mystery hand on the left of your screen. Down the right field line, but slicing foul.
One thing Bichette has showed me is that with 2 strikes, he's willing to cut down his swing and take a base hit to the opposite field. Had a big one in the game on Friday night, and here down a couple of strikes, breaking ball, and just trying to avoid the strikeout. Hits the other way, but foul.
Look out. Almost got him. I have done the computations, Jerry, on the Fox 25 abacus. 149.7 meters, the home run.
Oh, boy, that few, huh? Jeez. That's a big difference.
149.7 meters. Well, a meter's close to a yard. 1-2 pitch, pulled foul. And that's an impressive Fox 25 abacus that we have, that it can convert into the metric system.
Have to have that too when you come to Canada. It's very important to bring that with you.
Now, did you use up all your Canadian money?
I have absolutely nothing left.
You always, because you're textbook at managing your finances anyway, but you always manage to just run out of that Canadian money right when it's time to leave.
I had enough for a tip for the guy to pick up my luggage and enough to get here, eat, and the cab. And it worked out. I have nothing left. Just perfect.
A tip? That must have shocked the guy.
I give him $5.
We'll see, because you wanted to finish on zero.
That's right. That's right.
So you could be a big sport with a big $5 tip. Of course, that's 30 cents American, so you're still a cheapskate.
Give the cab driver a $5 tip.
Whoa. Life is good at the Remy Mansion these days.
I wanted none of that funny money left in my wallet when I left.
Don't you feel too, because it is, you know, different. It's like Monopoly money. It's like it's not real.
Right.
Throw it around like this is not real. Of course, our producer Russ Kent and director John Wilson haven't learned how to actually throw the money around and pay for anything, but you and I have.
Oh, you especially. You're an excellent tipper.
Oh, you're too kind. The 1-2 pitch to Bichette.
Wow, look out. Look out, Gino.
Well, standing 8 count for Gene Lamont. Whoa. That'll get his heart pumping. Gene's got a bad wheel too, so it's a little harder for him to move.
Get that heart pumping right now a little bit quicker than it was.
I thought he might take a step or two back after that one, but he's holding his ground just beyond the box.
Going back now, I feel.
Yeah, he's backing up a little bit. He's done a terrific job.
Yeah.
We haven't had any of the catastrophes of the past on the Bates Pass this year.
He's become very close too to Jimmy Williams. They have a great relationship.
Well, makes sense. They're both good guys. Hit up the middle. Diving stop by Gonzalez. Fry. Low throw. Dug out by Delgado. What a nifty double play turned by the Blue Jays. 6-4-3.
The guy that started it and the guy that finished it. Two terrific plays. And obviously the one by Gonzalez to get this thing started. Looked like it might have a chance to be a base hit for Dante Bichette, but the dive on the artificial surface. A nice feed to Fry, and then that pick at first base by Delgado. Terrific double play. And certainly all pitches love that kind of an effort.
So 2 outs, the base is empty here in the top of the 8th. The Red Sox leading 5-4. And the fastball high to Brian Daubach. 0 for 2 with a walk. And that was a big play in the game. The walk after a 12-pitch at bat to open last inning. He was the leadoff man. He got on and started the 3-run rally that drove Chris Carpenter from the game. Ball 2-0. League leaders brought to you by your local Lincoln Mercury dealers. On base percentage, Jason Giambi still gets on base more than half the time. Manny Ramirez second. Olerud, Martinez, Minkiewicz rounding out the top 5. 3-0 now on Daubach with John Valentin on deck. Kelvin Escobar, very talented, but very inconsistent. He's pitched in the starting rotation and out of their bullpen. Daubach broke his bat and hit a ground ball to third. Batista throws him out. We head to the bottom of the 8th in Toronto. 5-4 Red Sox.
Wouldn't it be nice to take a real vacation? Now you can with Southwest Airlines' new Take Along Special. Purchase a special discounted fare by June 11th and take someone along with you for just $30 each way.
On vacation again? You are now free to move about the country.
At Liberty Mutual Insurance, we want to help Andre Medina have the resources he needs to run his business. And Kitty Hodge to have a new friend and a brighter day. And Melissa Rodriguez to reach the ranks of management. We contribute to hundreds of nonprofit programs in Greater Boston. At Liberty Mutual, we don't just insure against bad things. We try to make good things happen, too.
Tonight on Fox 25, Homer becomes an internet junkie, but where does he spend his time while he's downloading? It's The Simpsons. Then at 8:30, be there for Malcolm's most embarrassing moment ever when he gets picked to play a fairy in the school play. It's a Malcolm in the Middle you won't want to miss. Then if you missed any of the X-Files, you missed the season that changed everything. Tonight, see how it all began on the X-Files. It all starts tonight at 8 on Fox 25. Aaron Lewis into the ball game for defense as we go to the bottom of the 8th. He replaces Dante Bichette. And Rod Beck is the pitcher for the Red Sox. 24th appearance of the year for Beck. A record of 1-2. Fewer hits than innings pitched and only 6 walks allowed in 28 2/3 innings. Also of note, just the 3 home runs given up. He's in to protect a 1-run lead. Rich Garces faced 3 batters, gave up an infield hit and hit a batter. He pitched the 3rd of an inning. Beck's the 5th Red Sox pitcher.
Beck picked up the save yesterday in this game here and had a couple of strikeouts in the 1 inning that he worked.
He might be in to pitch the 8th and then low the 9th if all goes the way Jimmy Williams and Joe Kerrigan would like to see it go. Top of the order, Shannon Stewart. He takes a strike. Stewart's had another good day. 2 for 4, an RBI single back in the 4th. Then he lined a homer to the opposite field in the Red Sox bullpen. A solo shot in the 6th off Hipólito Pichardo. Beck lobs one outside, 1-1. Blue Jays have action in their bullpen. Stewart, Gonzalez, Mondesi. First 3 in the Toronto order against Beck. Snapped one away outside. Here's Bob Feil, the right-hander. Cone, Pichardo, Shurik, Garces, now Beck for the Red Sox. Strike 2, 2-2. Fastball high, and it's a full count. Beck not a real hard thrower. That one 89 miles per hour. Gonzalez on deck. 5-4 Red Sox, bottom of the 8th. Threw a floater up and in. Looked like ball 4. Also looked like one that Stewart might tattoo, but he fouled it off.
I don't know what that pitch was supposed to be. I don't know if it was a curveball, but certainly not much action on it. Just stayed inside. Probably ball 4, as you mentioned, Sean. I think that was supposed to be a curveball, but didn't do very much for Beck.
Payoff pitch, fastball this time, hit in the air and right. Nixon retreating on the warning track. He makes the catch. Time now for the game summary, brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. We're in the 8th inning, bottom half thereof, and the Red Sox lead 5-4. David Cone started, threw the ball pretty well. Gave up 9 hits, but many of them were little bloops and bleeders. Ramirez and Bichette hit back-to-back long homers in the 4th. Ramirez is estimated at 491 feet, longest in Skydome history. A big play on the Hatterberg single. The throw was not cut off and wound up in the Red Sox dugout. Beck has the Gonzalez bunt and throws him out. 2 down. Gonzalez had struck out in his last 3 at bats, so he was trying to do something different, but it didn't work. The game summary was brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts.
Looked like he was trying to bunt that ball down the first base line, and you would think with the curveball he might try to deaden it down the third base line. Made it an easy play for Rod Beck to pick up the 2nd out of the inning.
Raul Mondesi, the batter. He singled, walk, struck out, and bounced back to the mound. I haven't seen Wally today. There were reports that he went over to visit former Massachusetts Governor Paul Cellucci at the ambassador's residence in Ottawa.
He did, and he's going to join us tomorrow in New York. Going to have a private plane bring him down. That only flies ambassadors around. But he and the governor, of course, were close when they were in Boston. So
a lot of people felt that Wally's endorsement of Cellucci was the key when he was elected.
Yeah. Well, Wally's also good friends with W, and W listens to what Wally has to say, and they made Cellucci the ambassador.
Partially on Wally's recommendation.
Right.
Mondesi got under that one, hit it a mile high in shallow center. Everett has it. Beck has a 1-2-3 inning. On to the 9th. The Red Sox 3 outs away from a sweep. It's 5-4.
Take a look at the 2001 Kia Sophia.
This long distance thing, it's not gonna work out.
It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
I made a mistake. Please come back. Maybe we should just be friends.
And with a warranty like that,
Baby, I miss you.
chances are you'll break down before it will.
I think we should get married.
Get up to $1,250 cash back or 1.9% financing through July 2nd.
How do you learn to hit like Nomar? How do you learn to field like Nomar? From Nomar. Enter the Nomar Dream Clinic sweepstakes at your local Dunkin' Donuts, and you can attend a baseball clinic with Nomar at Fenway Park. Want to hit like Nomar? Then hit Dunkin' Donuts first.
I don't know if this is such a good idea. Come on, we only have a few more miles to go.
What if people treated you the way you treat your car?
Fuck it up! Let's go!
Treat your vehicle right with quality new truck tires from just $54.99. All you need to know is where to go. Pep Boys.
Choose road. Validating tires.
BF Goodrich tires with traction advantage.
Approved.
For control you can feel. BF Goodrich tires. Take control.
Back in Toronto, heading to the 9th inning. The Red Sox hoping for a sweep of this 4-game series, lead the Blue Jays 5-4. Well, tomorrow is the big day for our newest best friend, Jody Applegate. Her new news show on Fox 25 starts Monday at 4:30. The Fox 25 News at 4:30 with Jody Applegate. She'll give you the news of the day. Kevin Lemanowitz has your weather. Don't miss the debut of Fox 25 News at 4:30 starting tomorrow afternoon. A new time and a new choice for local news. And a new pitcher for Toronto. Bob File throws strike 1 to John Valentin.
13th appearance of the season, 2nd of this series for File. He pitched 2/3 of an inning and hit a batter. It was Carl Everett that he hit in that ball game a couple of days ago.
1-1 now on Valentin. He had a big hit during the 3-run 7th. A single he scored. One of the runs the Red Sox got in that inning to take the lead. Nice play by Gonzalez, ranging to his left. 1 out.
He's putting on a show out there today defensively. He's taken a few base hits away from Red Sox hitters, and here's the most recent. One big hop, completely outstretched, has plenty of time to spin around, get himself under control, and make the throw to first base for the out. He's a good shortstop.
Yes, he is.
A lot of good shortstops in the American League.
Hatterberg takes a belt high strike. Breaking ball missed. Hatteberg is 1 for 3. He had the single to left in the 7th inning. And that was one of the biggest plays in the game. He came up with first and second and nobody out. Derek Lowe warming up in the bullpen now. Hatteberg single to left. Gene Lamont was holding the runner Daubach at third base. The throw in from Stewart went off the glove of the cutoff man Batista near the mound and into the Red Sox dugout. 2 runs scored to tie the game, and Hatteberg went to third. He later scored the go-ahead run. Gonzalez again. And good deflected off File. 2 outs here in the 9th. Let's pause for station identification. You're watching the Fox 25 Red Sox television network.
You're watching WFXT Fox 25 Boston. Home.
Sean McDonough, Jerry Remy, delighted to have you watching on one of our 12 network stations around New England. For those of you watching on Fox 25, NASCAR on Fox coming up right after the game. The MBNA 400. From Dover Downs in Delaware, Shea Hillenbrand, the batter. He had a sacrifice fly that drove in the go-ahead run in the 7th inning. An infield hit. Back in the 3rd. 1-1 now on Shea. File, a rookie from Philadelphia, deuces a foul ball from his fellow rookie Hillenbrand. Lowe will likely come in to try to save it in the bottom of the 9th, and he'll have to face the middle 3rd of the order. Delgado, Fulmer, and Cruz are due up. The 1-2 to Hillenbrand. He struck him out. A late swing by Shea. A 1-2-3 inning for File. They go to the bottom of the 9th. The Red Sox 3 outs away from a sweep, but tough work to be done for Derek Lowe.
When it comes to bestsellers, your New England Ford dealers are leading the pack with 5 of the top 10 in America. And now during Ford Truck Month, get up to $2,000 cash back on Ford Ranger, or choose APR financing as low as 0.9%. The built Ford Tough Ranger, the best-selling compact pickup in America, is now even better with up to $2,000 cash back or as low as 0.9 financing. Hurry, see your New England Ford dealers during Ford Truck Month.
Senator, we have a problem. A government agent they no longer control.
Did you know that I can buy nuclear warheads for $40 million each?
His resources are limitless. His plan is flawless.
This operation's moving fully ahead.
All he needs is the password.
This is now an aerial pursuit. Hold on!
From the producer of The Matrix.
Not everything ends the way you think it should.
Swordfish, rated R. Starts this Friday at a theater near you.
Boston Red Sox baseball on Fox 25 is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, celebrating 30 years of freedom, 30 years, one mission, low fares. By Dunkin' Donuts, when the action heats up this season, cool off at your neighborhood Dunkin' Donuts. Loosen up a little. By your New England Ford dealers. Visit your New England Ford dealers for the best-selling trucks on the planet. By Budweiser, who salutes America's designated drivers. We all make a difference. And by your New England Toyota dealers, where you'll find exceptional value every day.
Five to 4 as we move to the bottom of the 9th inning here at Sky Dome, and on to try to close this one out for the Red Sox will be Derek Lowe. Lowe with 5 saves on the season. His last outing coming a couple of days ago when he worked 2 innings in the game, allowing 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. 2 blown saves and 5 saves on the season for Derek Lowe.
He's 3 outs away from dealing Buck Martinez and the Blue Jays their 5th straight loss and their 9th in their last 11. They'd be 7 games behind the Red Sox if the Red Sox can hang on. There's Carlos Delgado. He got the scoring started back in the bottom of the 3rd when he had a 2-run homer with Mondesi aboard off David Cohn. has an infield single as well and has struck out twice. He checks his swing and hits a chopper foul. Jason Varitek is catching. He's replaced Scott Hatteberg. It's an all-new battery here in the bottom of the ninth. Rod Beck pitched 1 inning. It was a 1-2-3 inning. Foul tip into the mitt of Varitek. 0-2. In the dirt. 1-2. Scott Brocious has just hit a homer for the Yankees, a 2-run homer in the bottom of the ninth, but Cleveland still leads New York 4-3. A ball, 2-2. Red Sox will be in New York tomorrow night. Pedro Martinez and Ramiro Mendoza, the ball game on Nesson. Just the one game in New York where the Red Sox return home Tuesday night. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a curveball.
Well, that curveball, you know, he's been burned a couple of times this year on that pitch late in the ball game, but this is a good one. Drops out of the strike zone and into that blind spot for a left-handed hitter. Didn't leave that one out over the plate.
One out. Here's Brad Fulmer. Sends it out of play to the left. Fulmer a single and 4 at bats. Last time up he had a line drive to right. Nixon caught just off the top of the artificial turf. The 0-1 pitch. Hit in the air in center. Everett was playing deep. He doesn't have far to go, and he makes the catch on the edge of the warning track. They were in the defensive mode, trying to cut off an extra base hit by having the outfielders play deep. Ordinarily, that ball's probably over Everett's head and off the wall on a hop and a double for Fulmer.
No question about it, because Everett generally plays much shallower than he is now, but with the 1-run lead, they're in that prevent defense. Deep, very deep in the outfield, and Everett back to the warning track to make the catch.
The Red Sox 1 out away now from their first 4-game sweep in Toronto since August of 1995. Jose Cruz Jr. is swinging a miss. He is singled, grounded out. He was intentionally walked in the 5th, and he singled and stole second in the 7th. 2 for 3. He's been on base 3 times. 5-4 Red Sox, bottom of the 9th. With a win, the Red Sox would improve their record against Toronto to 6-1. These are very difficult days for the first-year manager Buck Martinez. Not only his team's problems on the field, but he and his family still dealing with the death last week of his mother-in-law. One and 2 the count. They're 1 strike away from their 5th straight loss. One-two pitch. Hit hard on the ground. Backhanded by Valentin. Long throw. No chance. Cruz runs well. Valentin's momentum taking him into the hole by the time he could put the brakes on and set himself for the throw. He had no chance. It was off the bag anyway. So the Jays are alive on the infield hit by Cruz. He has his 3rd hit. He's on base for the 4th time.
Nice play just to get to the ball by Valentin, but no chance at all. You mentioned the great speed from Cruz going down the line and hitting from the left side. So Cruz 3 hits on the afternoon and a steal.
It's all over in New York. The Yankees have lost to Cleveland 4-3. So if the Red Sox hang on and win this one, they'll have a 2-game lead over New York and a 7-game lead over Toronto. Low checks on Cruz, who stole the 7th base of the season without being caught in the 7th inning. The dangerous Tony Batista, 1 for 4, an infield hit off Rich Garces in the 7th inning. Cruz takes off. Now he's in scoring position. Red Sox continue to be oblivious to opposing base stealers, and the opponents continue to take advantage.
Most closers are not quick to the plate, and that's certainly the case with Derek Lowe. He has that high leg kick, and Veritek didn't even get out of his crouch.
That's the 3rd stolen base for Toronto today. The first 2 who stole the base did not score. 1-1 on Batista. Tying run now at second. 5-4 Red Sox in the 9th. Swung on and missed. 1-2. So again, the Red Sox are 1 strike away from a win.
Just don't leave the ball middle into this guy.
Cruz takes off for 3rd. The pitch low and in. Another stolen base. A 9th for Cruz. The 3rd in this game. So now any kind of a pitch in the dirt, Veritek is the man on the spot. Batista stepped out.
Lowe shook off the curveball. He wanted the fastball away.
Two-2 pitch. He missed low and away. Jeff Fry on deck. The 3-2 pitch. He struck him out with a sinker, and the Red Sox have swept the Blue Jays. Derek Lowe saves it. The Red Sox have won 5 straight overall, matching their longest winning streak of the season.
Staying away from Batista, the sinking fastball for the strikeout. Just didn't want to make a mistake middle in on this guy. Just stay away from him, especially in that situation. And Lowe gaining that confidence back as the Red Sox closer.
The totals for Boston: 5 runs, 8 hits, an error, and 4 men left. For Toronto, 4 runs, 13 hits, 1 error, and one of the big stats of the game: 12 men left on base, 9 of them left in scoring position, including the potential tying run at 3rd base in the 9th. Apollo Pachardo, the winner, 1-0, and Chris Carpenter, the starter and loser, 5-3. Lowe saved at his 6th. Ramirez, Bichette, and Delgado with homers in the game. The time of the game: 3 hours and 5 minutes before 24,653. Once again, the final score: the Red Sox 5 and the Blue Jays 4. This is the Fox 25 Red Sox television network.
The play of the game is brought to you by New England Ford dealers, and it's going to be the longest home run in the history of Skydome. 491 feet for Manny Ramirez. He was followed up by another home run by Dante Bichette. For the best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs on the planet, visit your local New England Ford dealer or log on to newenglandford.com.
The Red Sox are now 32-22. They have a 2-game lead over the Yankees in the American League East. We hope you'll join us again Tuesday night from Fenway Park when the Red Sox open a 3-game series with the Detroit Tigers. The scheduled pitchers are Hideo Nomo